Yo, this dude Yada Awakening. Now, I know he appeals to a lot of women. I know a lot of women want to hear what he says. A lot of women agrees with what he says, and he got a lot of people following him because of what he says. But that ain't reality. That ain't reality at all. I don't care how rich a man is, just to give a woman 50 grand a month because she's your wife and lives in your house and doesn't work is a fallacy. It don't matter how rich a dude is, that's a bad business decision. But you have women listening to it, eating it up, listening to a man say what a man is, listening to a male, my bad, a male say what a man is supposed to do and never what a man is supposed to get. Never what it takes for you to be the number one woman of a successful dude. He don't talk about that. And me personally, looking into this guy, he's influenced some of the women in my life, and they believe that. But really, it's less of an influence and more of a grift. Now let's check this out, see what's going on with Yada Awakening. Now, I'm not new to this guy being abusive to women, overly abusive. He's not the type of dude that'll choke you with his clothes on. He the type of dude that'll hit you with a barbell. That's a whole another different level of domestic violence that I don't even understand. And that's before this situation. And then my man Hassan Campbell, let's check it out.
You already know the rules. When you come in my house, take off your shoes and super violate that like button. It don't cost you nothing to hit that like button.
Now you notice when you come over to the Wano's World channel, I never ask you to hit the like button. I never ask you to like, share, and subscribe. I'm not selling me. We ain't doing that.
Shall we begin? Shall we begin?
Yeah, let's
I'm
begin.
embarrassed. I'm ashamed. I'm hurt.
Now look at that eye. Look at that eye. Now my daughter's mother followed this guy. My daughter mother thinks he speaks the truth. She thinks this guy is the arbiter of how men should be. She totally looked past that, the fact that she didn't have to be married to me to be taken care of. She didn't even have to have my baby. But she views this grifter as a better example of how men should be. And it's like when you see that, when you see that some dude agreeing with you, that's not a man. When you see some dude feeding your unrealistic expectations, that's somebody trying to use you. That's somebody fattening you up for the slaughter. But let's dig into it. And damn, baby girl look way different with this black eye than she doing all these other pictures. This dude ain't no different than Derrick Jackson to me. But let's rock.
But I know I'll make it through. I've tried everything. Yada. Everything. I'm here getting the rest of my stuff.
You ain't tried being honest. You sat there and supported that dude telling all these other women that they man wasn't no good while he was beating on your ace. You did that. You sat there looking natural, smiling with this guy, knowing that he had whipped ass before he met you. And now you there getting the rest of your things. But you was getting 50,000 a week. 50,000 a month. Why you collecting shit? And that's another thing. You with a dude that's abusing you, that's unfair to you, to that, you don't need none of that shit. Just leave. Why you there getting the rest of your shit? But let's go. What you got to say
I
about
really
that,
didn't want to
Hassan?
touch on this topic
You sure? We touch on everything else.
because this is a sensitive topic.
Nah, it ain't that
Here
sensitive.
it is. You got Yada, a dude that people been trying to get me to flip on for years. And I'm like, how am I going to flip on a dude that has a positive message?
Ain't shit
Never be
positive
so
about that
lonely
message.
that you invite the devil into your bed. Ladies, you have to understand who you are. You have to fall so deep in love with yourself that nothing else matters. You're wasting your time on a man that can't even pull $500 out of his bank account.
Now, see, to me, that's not a positive message. To me, that's feeding the demon. That's feeding the demon.
And this man got you questioning if you're beautiful or not, questioning your sanity, if you're worth something. Listen, you are worth everything under this sun. Don't you ever forget who you are. All praises.
Nobody's worth everything under the sun. And you can't expect somebody else to put that value on you to give you that. You determine your value based on how you treat yourself. You do. But this guy lying to you to the point that somebody else determine your value. That somebody else can determine what you're worth. No, you do that based on how you treat yourself. That same dude dragging you through that would treat a different woman who valued herself differently. Different.
Oh, he loose with his hands. He be putting hands on these chicks.
Hassan Campbell. You've been assaulted before. This dude is beyond loose with his hands. He dropped a barbell on a bitch. That's different. We ain't talking about a dude who slap women. We ain't talking about a dude who choke women. We ain't talking about a dude that'll get up in your face. We talking about a dude that's trying to do damage.
And there were stories of him doing this to other females that he was in the past.
And black women look right past that. Your woman can't forget what you did 10 years ago that you ain't never did again. You did one day. But this dude got a record of doing way worse than what you did 10 years ago, and your woman listen to him every day. Think about that. That's the problem with a lot of our women. They listening to all these male losers that they help making a buck by appealing to their unrealistic wants and expectations.
But when I looked at him with Queen Yada, or Divine Queen Yada, whatever she calls herself.
Look at the skin, the smile, and the hair, family. Look at the hair. Hold on. My wife
I love the natural.
is T. All praises. We love you, baby. All praises due to the Most High.
And look at this bitch. She helping her man sell that bullshit to our women. She helped him. She helped him come across like he was something he wasn't. She hid that nigga secret. Not to say she should or shouldn't, but she sold that shit to you women like it was viable, like it was realistic, all the while knowing she was getting her ass whooped.
I saw her co-signing him being the man that he said he was. Now,
that's the same way you co-sign Bam. That's the same way you co-sign Bam. So both you and her battered bitches. Cause you co-signed and protected Bam like he was a decent nigga, but he wasn't. So don't sit here and, you know what, me and Hassan Campbell done had our disagreements. I ain't even gonna go there.
let me say this before I even get into this video. A man don't have no business putting his hands on a woman. But shit happens.
Whoa. That woman had a whole black eye. She been punched in the face. That's a big difference from a dude grabbing the chick up. That's a big difference from a dude shaking the chick. That's an even bigger difference from a dude choking the chick. He punched her in the fucking eye, bro. And this ain't and the ass whooping she got is way lighter than the ass whoopings he's administered to chicks before her, and her for that matter.
In relationships, it happens. And I see half the country on their knees and bending over on stage for Chris Brown. So it's safe to say that in situations like that, people can be forgiven.
Nigga, please. I'm done with your video right here, Hassan Campbell. First of all, Chris Brown was a fucking 21-year-old dude when he got into it with Rihanna. That's first. Second, Rihanna hit him first. Third, she was beating on him while he was driving a fucking Lamborghini, which, not just pointing out the price of the car, but the size of the car, to be hit on while you driving that is death for both of y'all. And he went off. We talking about a grown ass man that been beating bitches ass for the past 15 years, bro. A grown ass man who been beating bitches ass that's on the internet trying to tell men how to act. That's on the internet selling women what they deserve. Women who don't deserve shit, by the way. He ain't got nothing to say about a woman's standards of herself to require a man to do this, that, and the other. Yeah, to show your woman got natural hair or natural hairstyle and saying what you do for her, yeah, that's good. But to make other women believe that they deserve what she deserves when she's married with her first child with her husband and they're not, or when they're whoring around and she's not, or any of these things that she done to deserve that position that you gave her so you could sell us more of your trash, is not the same thing. And Hassan about to sit up here and make excuses for this guy, but it ain't no excuses for this guy. I have absolutely no excuses, but at the same time, I don't have no attack, because black women choose niggas like this to listen to while they refuse to listen to the nigga they letting come inside them every night. And that's the fucking problem. That's the fucking problem. A lot of these women hate black men, and that's why they always got a problem. No more, no less. But you love this nigga who ain't shit. And that's why you want the real black man to act like the black male. But then when he gets upset, you want the black man to act like the black male all other times, but then to act like a black man when he get upset and know to do better than to put his hands on you. You can't have it both ways. This nigga's a grifter, scammer, selling y'all some shit that don't exist. Y'all keep buying it. His wife selling it. So she's a black woman that know what y'all going through, but she want to send y'all through worse so she can keep her Bentley. Same shit with Derrick Jackson. Oh, he cheating, but it come out you was eating pussy with this nigga. And then black women still listening to this nigga, following this nigga, knowing he a piece of shit. Why? Because they feel comfortable doing so. And that's just what it is. You can't blame nobody else for what you feel comfortable doing. And on that note, we out of here. Hassan, you a bitch ass nigga for supporting this dude. Hassan Campbell, you, the dude that's been abused. You put your glasses on to try to soft shoe with this dude. Come on, man. Yada Awakening. We know you gonna get a new bitch and keep making money. That's what it is. You exploiting something that the rest of us can't fix. I can't even knock you for that. And I ain't got the heart to exploit that shit, even though I can make a whole bunch of money if I showed you my life and told you what you need to do for your woman. And I'd be more realer at it than he was. But I ain't willing to do that. We out.
My baby mama trippin', she been going through my phone. Tired of me cheating, I can't leave these hoes.